Once upon a time, in the vast and sun-drenched plains of South Africa, there roamed a lion named Um-Leu. Um-Leu was no ordinary lion. Apart from being powerful and terrifying, he possessed wings, not the soft, feathered kind, but tough, leathery ones like those of bats, massive, thick, and incredibly strong. You might imagine that such a grand and fearsome creature would be noble and gentle, but that was far from the truth. He used his immense power only for his own pleasure, chasing down animals just for the thrill of it. Whenever he soared into the sky, beating those enormous wings, every creature below scattered in panic, stamping the earth as though a tremendous quake had struck. Day by day, the fear of Um-Leu grew wider and deeper, and even the people were not safe. Flee! Flee! Before long, the endless savanna stood empty of human life. Those who lived had escaped far away. With the humans vanished, the animals now suffered not only from Um-Leu but from every other hunter in the wild. The balance of the plains began to crumble, plant-eaters vanished in great numbers, and Um-Leu watched it all without a single care. But who exactly was Um-Leu? How did he grow so mighty? And where did those impossible wings come from? To uncover the truth, we must travel back several years, to a time when Um-Leu was simply a lion, no wings, no bravery, and no name. A shadow lived inside him, darker than in any other lion, and he dreamed of ruling not just a corner of the savanna, but the entire earth. One evening, after a group of lionesses had brought down an antelope, he approached to take his portion. But the pride snarled and drove him off with fierce growls. One day, I will command this endless land, and every one of you will kneel before me. On that day, I will show you no pity. Burning with rage, the lion glared from afar as his own kind finished the meal and returned to their resting place. Only then did he creep forward to the remains of the antelope, nothing left but bones. Hunger gnawed at him madly, and just to ease it a little, he snatched a single bone and wandered off to search for a shelter, far from the pride that had always ignored him. At last, as the sun dipped low, he discovered a cave. He stepped inside. He had found a place to call his own. As he gnawed on the dry bone, a strange voice suddenly echoed from the stone walls. I sense a dark and wicked soul in my cave, exactly what I have been waiting for. Greetings, proud beast, greetings. Who is there? I am Astrozer, the spirit of this cave. I dwell here, hoping someone would claim this place as home. Someone as cruel and heartless as you. Many have tried to settle here, but they ran screaming the moment they saw me, but not you. You smell of hatred. I admire that, and I notice you carry exactly what I need. What? What do you mean? Speak clearly. That bone, and many more. In exchange, I will grant you strength beyond your wildest dreams, strength that will make you the unchallenged ruler of these lands. All I ask is that you bring me the bones of every animal you kill. That is all? That is all, but they must be whole. Not one scratch, not one crack. If even a single bone is damaged, your powers will start to fade. That was the moment Um-Leu's destiny was decided. He lowered his head to Astrozer and agreed. In the days that followed, Um-Leu changed from a common lion into the fearsome creature we know today. While he hunted and gathered bones for Astrozer, he chose 2 shiny blue crows to watch over his cave, keeping the bones secure and warning off any intruder. Now, in this same wide savanna, there lived a cheerful bullfrog who enjoyed every moment and never worried about tomorrow. That day was just the same, until... Wake up, small one, wake up, open your sleepy eyes. Huh? What? Who is that? I am the spirit of the waters, and I bring an urgent warning. The bullfrog listened carefully as the water spirit revealed the secret of Um-Leu's strength and explained why he had to be stopped before the world fell into darkness. Bones? Seriously? Yes. The cave spirit is collecting them to build himself a new body once more. Um-Leu is only a tool. When enough bones are gathered, a terrible demon will awaken, and with him, people and animals everywhere will be destroyed. But why choose me? Because you are brave and clever. Well, that is true, now go. Um-Leu is away hunting. This is your chance. All right. When the bullfrog arrived at the cave, he spotted the blue crow standing watch at the entrance. What do you want here? Don't you know who we are? We are the protectors of the galaxy. Not galaxy. Cave. Oh, right. We are the guardians of the cave. We stay here to guard the bones for Um-Leu. Now, noble crows, I was only passing by, but look at you both, what a dull life. Sitting here day after day, never spreading your wings to soar. At those words, the crows glanced at each other. Here's an idea, why don't you fly off for a while and stretch those wings? I'll stay right here and watch the bones for you. You would really do that? Of course that I know you long to fly. You were only afraid of that cruel lion. You understand us perfectly, thank you, friend. We won't forget this. And with that, the crows opened their wings and soared away. No rush coming back. Enjoy yourselves as long as you want. I've got everything under control. The moment the crows vanished from sight, the bullfrog hopped inside. Who are you? Where are my crows? No time for chatting. Let's get straight to work. And with that, he went hop, hop, hoppity hop across the pile of bones, knocking them down, breaking them as they crashed together. No! No! Stop! Meanwhile, far out on the plains, Um-Leu was stalking a group of zebras. This will be entertaining. But the instant he tried to lift off, he crashed flat on his face. What? He tried again and again and again, not noticing that he stood in the open, not seeing that his wings were shrinking, his powerful body growing smaller. What is happening? Why can't I fly? The animals, elephants, antelopes, buffalo, even the hyenas, watched and began to close in together. They had all suffered under Um-Leu, and now it was time to settle the score. Wait. What? Why are you circling me like this? Only then did he realize he was no longer the fearsome Um-Leu. No. No. My wings. How? And as he looked upward, he saw the blue crows gliding happily, free and carefree. This is the greatest day ever. I'm free. Who knows? Um-Leu tried to roar with all his might, but his voice came out weak and small, and that was when every animal leaped forward. That was the end of him. Back at the cave, every bone lay shattered into tiny pieces, and at that very second, a violent tremor shook the ground. The bullfrog bounded out in a flash and watched from afar as the cave collapsed, crumbling into nothing but dust and stones. The cave demon would never rise again. Wow. That was quick. And wild. What now? Well, the bullfrog returned to his pond and lived joyfully ever after. The blue crows flew far away, never to return. And as for the Savanna, its balance slowly healed, and the circle of life began again. People, animals, and plants all shared the land once more in peace and harmony beneath the wide sky. And all that remains of the terrible lion is just his tail.